Welcome to San Diego. Hey guys, so today we're talking about winter in San Diego. So guys, right now I'm in Ocean Beach. I'm at the Ocean Beach Fishing Pier. There are some surfers behind me, if you can see that, which is really awesome. It is February. It's the middle of the day, so I'm filming this kind of during a warmer part of the day. But I just kind of wanted to go over like my take on the seasons here. So at this point now, I've been here all 4 seasons living in San Diego. So I came in the springtime. I came last April. And then, of course, I've been here through summer, through autumn, and now through winter. Okay, so as you can expect, I would say there's not much of a winter at all. Not surprising, right, in San Diego. Really, I feel like winter occurred December. To me, December, the entire month of December was basically winter for me. It was very cold, it was very rainy. When I say cold, the temperature often got down into the 40s, like mid 40s at night, or I should say when the sun goes down. It's not unusual for the temperature to drop a lot when the sun goes down on the West Coast anyway, but to me, the 40s is kind of cold. To me, the 50s is kind of cold. I don't really mind that it was cooler in December because December is, you know, when Christmas is, and Christmas is my favorite holiday. And for me, growing up in a cold climate, it feels more at home for it to be cooler around Christmas time. So I didn't mind that at all. I do appreciate that it doesn't snow here though. So I did really like that. But to me, as soon as January hit, the weather to me changed. It you know, the mornings weren't as crisp. You know, it kind of went back to like autumn, like a fall feeling. When I came and did my autumn video, I mentioned that you can tell that fall or autumn is a lot more crisp than spring, and that is very true. And I feel like December felt colder than autumn. And then when January hit, it felt like we went back to autumn or fall. So to me, January, it was noticeably warmer. Not as warm as a springtime warm, but it definitely felt like it was more so, you know, fall. I wanted to kind of wait until mid to the end of February to make this video because of the fact that February to me is right in the middle of winter. You know, you pretty much just, or closer to the end of winter, you pretty much just have February and then a little bit of March, and then you're gonna hit spring again. Now that it's February, I definitely feel like February is warmer than January even. It feels like it is actually warming up to be a really nice spring. It's not as warm as when I got here in April, but it is definitely warmer than it was in January, and much warmer than it was in December. Recent mornings, when I get up, it's usually about 60 degrees, or the high 50s. But you know, it's more so not so much the temperature out here. You're not really going to see a big difference in the change in the numbers, the temperature numbers in San Diego. Where you're really going to see that difference is like the air, the way it feels, whether it feels cooler. So mornings when I wake up now in February, it is noticeably warmer. It feels like there's more humidity out. And it doesn't seem like you need a coat. In terms of the temperature ranges, you're probably going to expect between 50 and 70 degrees in February. There were a couple of days, like in January, there was a day when it got up to like, I want to say 76 degrees, which I'm not sure if that's common for San Diego or not, but it seemed pretty uncommon for the weather that we have been having all January long. But I'd say the 70-degree weather days definitely feel very warm. Even when it's in 60-degree weather, like today it's 65 degrees and it feels like a nice 70. Now, not a lot of this really surprises me because December is supposed to be the coldest month in San Diego, and if that is true, It definitely lives up to its name. Now, of course, a lot of this is based on first impressions, you guys, so take it with a grain of salt. I have not lived in San Diego for years and years. This is the first year that I've lived here, and you know, the weather could be completely different than it was, you know, last year or years before, but I'm just kind of going off of, you know, just how I feel so far. In terms of favorite season, I would have to say probably spring, then followed by summer, and then autumn, and then winter. I could be biased though. We'll see how that changes next year, because again, I did arrive in spring, so there is a possibility that my happiness from just relocating here could have rubbed off on, you know, just my overall feeling of the weather here as well. But I'll, you know, check again when spring rolls around again this year, and I'll see, you know, kind of how that changes my perspective. I have to say, first impressions at this point, if I had to choose favorite month to visit in terms of just weather alone, I would probably say May was really, really good for me. The weather was nice. There was no rain at all. And then maybe October. Although it's hard to really say October definitely, because I wasn't in San Diego the entire October, because if you remember, I shot a video where I went back home for my birthday, and that was in October. So I didn't spend the entire month here. So take that with a grain of salt as well. But I think in terms of weather months, those are probably the best times. It can get very hot in the summer. So September was actually a really, really nice month for me also. But there were some days when it got into the 90s, and to me, you know, when you're looking at perfect weather, 90s is not really a very comfortable temperature, you guys, even with low humidity in San Diego. You know, even though I'd rather take 90 degrees over, you know, 20 degrees any day, any day, that is still, wouldn't say is like the best month. So I would definitely say October, because it was still at that point where it didn't rain yet. And it was cool enough to where, you know, fall or autumn was about to start, but it wasn't like super crisp in the morning. You could just easily walk outside both May or October with no jacket on, you know, just a t-shirt, shorts, whatever you want to wear, no layers, and it was very comfortable. Now, obviously, these very slight weather changes shouldn't make or break you visiting or moving to San Diego anyway, because, I mean, let's face it, the temperature only changes like maybe 10, 20 degrees at any given season. So it's really not going to be that big of a deal. If you want to come to San Diego in December, definitely do it. There's tons of Christmas activities, as I showed you, that you can partake in. And although it might be a little rainier or cooler, maybe December, January, that definitely shouldn't, you know, prevent you from coming. There's always going to be a beach that you can go to. You're always going to be able to surf. You're always going to be able to stick your toes in the water, even though the water might be really, really cold. But yeah, definitely shouldn't prevent you from coming. Just more so trying to outline the fact that there are differences in the weather. It's not exactly the same all year round. You can feel the difference in the air, in the temperature, even though, you know, when you look at weather.com or, you know, your weather app, it's going to probably say like 70 degrees for San Diego. That's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to say a little bit of that. Just if you have any comments, of course, you could leave them down below if you have anything to add to, you know, my first impressions. But yeah, thanks so much for watching.